Seven League Boots presents William Shakespeare's As You Like It, the short version. Meet Orlando. Orlando is the youngest son of the late Sir Roland de Bois. Right now, Orlando is angry because his older brother, Oliver, is keeping his share of the inheritance from him.
They fight and hurl insults as only Shakespearean brothers can, until Adam, the family butler and Orlando's confidant, breaks it up.
Oliver reluctantly agrees to give Orlando his inheritance. Or does he? Oliver finds out that Orlando has plans to wrestle the Duke's champion, Charles.
Oliver tricks Charles into thinking Orlando is plotting against him and should be killed during the match tomorrow. Charles, being a little slow, believes Oliver and agrees to eliminate Orlando during the wrestling match.
Meet Rosalind. Her father, the rightful Duke, has been banished to the Forest of Arden by his brother, Duke Frederick. Rosalind only got to stay because she is best friends with Duke Frederick's daughter, Celia. To lighten their mood, Duke Frederick takes the girls to the wrestling match between Charles and Orlando. Charles is a heavy favorite, having maimed the last three opponents he faced.
In true underdog fashion, Orlando throws Charles, wins the match, and the crowd goes wild.
Rosalind finds out that her father and Orlando's father were good friends. She goes to congratulate Orlando for beating Charles and stealing her heart in the process. Orlando is so out of breath that he cannot speak much. Even so, Rosalind gives him her necklace to remember her by. Duke Frederick cannot stand to see the children of his enemies getting along so well. He banishes Rosalind, accusing her of plotting against him. But the joke's on him because Celia loves Rosalind so much that she decides to go into exile with her.
Rosalind disguises herself as a man named Ganymede. Celia as a young woman named Aliena. They are joined by Duke Frederick's jester Touchstone, and together they decide to form an indie rock band called the Forest of Exile. Just kidding.
Orlando returns home, where Adam warns him that Oliver wants him dead. They decide to flee together to, you guessed it, the Forest of Arden.
Orlando, sick with love for Rosalind, begins writing sonnets for her and posting them on trees in the forest.
Rosalind, as Ganymede, and Celia, as Aliena, settle into a quaint, shepherding lifestyle. All goes well until Rosalind finds the sonnets Orlando has been posting for her. Soon after, Ganymede runs into Orlando. The Forest of Arden is apparently not that big, and hatches a plot to cure Orlando of his lovesickness by pretending to be his lost love, Rosalind. Rosalind is now a woman pretending to be a man, pretending to be the woman she actually is. Yikes.
To complicate things further, another shepherd named Phoebe has fallen in love with Ganymede and attempts to woo him. Yet another shepherd named Silvius has fallen in love with Phoebe and attempts to woo her despite her constant rebuffing of his advances.
Now that almost everyone is in love with almost everyone else, Oliver shows up and says that Orlando has saved him from a deadly snake bite, but was wounded in the process. Ganymede faints. Oliver then instantly falls in love with Celia. Also, Touchstone meets a goat herd named Audrey and falls in love with her.
After Cupid's shooting spree in the forest, Duke Frederick meets a hermit and is converted to a strict religious lifestyle, conveniently removing himself as the main obstacle to everyone's happiness. All of this happens off stage.
Of course, all of our protagonists end up in the same spot in the forest, where Ganymede promises to untangle this massive knot of unrequited love with his magic, meaning Rosalind doffs her disguise while no one is looking.
This starts a chain reaction of marriages. Rosalind to Orlando, Celia to Oliver, Phoebe to Silvius, and Audrey to Touchstone.
The newly pious Duke Frederick returns Rosalind's father to his rightful status as Duke Signor. Now that everyone is happy, they dance. Rosalind now breaks the fourth wall and addresses all the lovers in the audience, hoping that their little story has pleased them, and stating that she would like to kiss all the men with beards in the audience. So that's it. That's As You Like It in a nutshell. So if you did like it, then read the play.